Michigan Out of Doors Magazine's OD is brought to you by Country Smokehouse of Almont, offering the best quality and satisfaction in homemade meats, sausage, and jerky. It's a Michigan destination. Check out the website at countrysmokehousinc.com. And by Williams Gun Sight, located in Davison. Williams Gun Sight has Mid-Michigan's largest selection of used guns with over 2,000 in stock every day. Check out the website to view inventory and prices.
You know, in southern Michigan, again, last year was a little bit of a slow season, although really more and more we see people hunting earlier. We've got some special early seasons. Archery season is again, has been popular obviously for a lot of years, but people are kind of spreading their hunting out over more seasons. So firearm season was a little slow last year. We expect that a few more bucks probably carried over than we have been seeing recently. And of course, a lot of it comes down to what the conditions are like. So with corn down in most places, that's good for a lot of people. Of course, if mostly you're hunting shrub rows and things, those are now all bare open fields, it might be kind of hard, especially as a bow hunter, and maybe things will change for some of those people when the firearm season opens up. For the northern lower, what we found last year was that the winter had been more of an impact on deer than we expected in those regions. Not as much with maybe survival, but antler development was pretty poor last year. Saw from check station information. And that does tend to spill over then into a fewer fawns running around. This past winter though was pretty mild, and the spring was early, which is the important thing. So we expect most folks, what they've been seeing is a few more deer. We expect the firearm hunters again will see that, but a lot of that's going to be fawns. So if folks don't have antlerless tags, that might not translate to better hunting success for them, but at least a little bit more deer activity is likely what they'll see. We've seen similar trends in the UP as in the northern lower, except again, the two previous winters really did impact deer survival. A lot of folks look at it in the heart of winter and think it wasn't that bad of a year. But two of those seasons in a row, we had snow come early and stay late, and that's really the problem. They can handle really rugged temperatures and snow depths in the heart of the season, but if it comes early and stays late, that really makes an impact. Again, this past winter though was mild and spring came early, and so people in the UP were seeing good productivity, quite a few deer. Again, it might not translate to more deer taken until they make it up into that antlered deer age class, which most hunters are in the habit of pursuing up there without a lot of antlerless licenses available. Right now, of course, it's still not legal to bait for deer anywhere in the lower peninsula. That ban was triggered as part of our chronic wasting and disease response plan. We found one deer at a captive facility in August of 2008. This will be our third year of heightened surveillance, and so there's a lot of questions about what happens from here. First of all, there are no specific plans to allow it again. There's been a big rumor about us maybe making a baiting permit that you can buy, and of course any variety of people may have given that kind of suggestion, but it's not a plan that we've had in any type. The big question is, the response plan talks about what to deal with as you continue to find more positive deer, because that's typically what happens. You find the first one and there's more. So we've possibly dodged a bullet and not finding any more. If we don't find any more deer this coming year, it'll be up to our Natural Resources Commission to decide where to go from there. We've continued to make the indication we expect the best course is to continue to have a ban in place, but any change from that wouldn't be counter to the current response plan that we have. All right, there's Deer Management Unit 486 in northeastern Michigan. It's 6 counties up in the northeast. We've implemented the same regulations as the Upper Peninsula has for bucks up there, where people have a choice basically of one buck of any legal size, or if it's 2 bucks, it has to have a minimum of 3 points on a side, and the second buck anywhere around the state has to have at least 4 points on a side. At the same time, we've also made firearm and combination licenses eligible for antlerless deer in the firearm or muzzleloader season in that unit. Now, that was not something done in the Upper Peninsula. The objective here in northeast Michigan is to shift a little more harvest away from those young bucks that are so vulnerable and of interest to folks, and try and get it on antlerless deer. So it's not necessarily a reason that we want to get more older bucks. We just want some fewer deer, especially antlerless deer overall. So people need to be aware that's a totally unique step. It's similar to what, of course, archers have options for using archery or combination licenses, but we're making that available to all the many firearm hunters that hunt in that area.